Hello Batavia families and students. My name is Lisa Hitchens and I'm the Superintendent of Schools. I am here to welcome you to the 2021 school year. It has been a long time coming and we are so proud to be here for you. The staff has spent quite a few months preparing our schools to make them safe places for your students to return and feel welcome, loved, and supported. We cannot wait to be your partners in the learning and the growing that is going to happen this school year, whether it's in person or virtually. Welcome back, students.
Hi, I'm Principal Prentiss and I am the principal of JBN Elementary School. We are so excited to be back in person with you. It was a really long spring and probably a long summer for many of us, but we are going to be back and we're so excited. There will be some changes, of course. So let's go into the building and let's talk about some of those changes. We're here in the arrival dismissal front of the school zone to talk a little bit about arrival and dismissal. If you get a ride to school in a car, or if you walk or ride your bike to school, generally you would be coming in the front of the school, and that's not going to change. If you ride the bus, you would be coming in from the back of the school, and that's not going to change either. So bus riders will still get off the bus, but they will get off the bus one bus at a time. And they will be let in one bus at a time in one door, and we will be controlling traffic flow for that. And when you arrive in the morning, if you're coming in from the front, our kindergarten and first grade students can come in this front door, S1. Our second graders can come in the front LRC entrance over there, and our third, fourth, and fifth graders are going to come into the back door. There will be a staff member at each door that will be there to help you come in. You can come in as early as 8:45, which hasn't changed. That's always been in place. Something that's a little bit different is for first day of school this year. We're going to start right off the bat. First day of school, students go right into the door and go to their classroom. So we won't have anybody standing out here with signs. We won't have people congregating and lining up like we usually do. Students will come in, go right into the door, and go into their classroom. And we will have plenty of staff in the hallways to support our youngest, our kindergarten students, especially if they're coming off of the bus in the back. We're going to have extra, our paraprofessionals are going to be available to support those little kindergarten students getting off the bus, walking through the building to get to their kindergarten classrooms that whole first week of school. Hey everybody, so this is an example of what one of our primary classrooms will look like this year. So in kindergarten, first grade, and some of second grade, you're going to have tables in the classroom. And what you notice that's a little bit different is that these tables are 6 feet apart. There's only one chair, so there's one student at each table, and all of the chairs are facing the same direction. So the teacher would stand here, and everybody would be socially distancing, wearing their masks. And students would not be sharing supplies. They're going to have their own supply blocks on their table with their backpack at their spot. And the only time that they would move is maybe to go to work with the teacher one-on-one or to go to the bathroom. But only students will be going to the bathroom one at a time. So this is what our primary classroom looks like. To help us to make this video, we have a bunch of JBN Nelson students here today. This is an example of what our upper grade classrooms looks like. So 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. We have put in the number of student desks that will be in a hybrid team. So you see far less furniture in the classroom. We've spaced them 6 feet apart in all directions, and all students are facing the same direction. So similar to in the primary grades, these students will have an assigned seat. They will enter the classroom, they will wash their hands, they will sit in their assigned seat. And in the past, we had what we call flexible seating, where students could move around the room throughout the day, and they maybe started in one place and then they moved to another place. And unfortunately, this year, we're not going to be having flexible seating. So students will come in to wash their hands, sit in their assigned seats, and the only time that they would be moving is to go to the bathroom. And like I said in the primary video, only one student will be allowed to go to the bathroom at a time to keep the traffic in the hallways at a very low minimum. Do you guys have questions? Are you wondering about specials? How does,
Yes.
what are you wondering?
So will we be able to use the water fountains?
Oh, water fountains, that's a great question. All students are encouraged to bring their own water bottle to school because we will not have those water fountains open for use during the school year. So that's a fantastic question. So make sure you're bringing your own water bottle. You're going to keep it at your desk. So that's a great question. And were you wondering about specials and like how our specials going to work? Maybe?
Sure.
A little bit? So we are still going to have specials, but as you can see, this is a much smaller group than you normally would have, right? Our largest team has 10 students on it. So there will only be 10 people in PE or art or music at a time at the most. And the PE and the art and the music teachers are going to come right to the classroom to pick you up. You won't be going in the hall with your teacher because we want to cut down again on traffic in the hallways. So the specials teacher will come to the door. They're going to watch each other and make sure that only one class is in the hallway at a time. When the other, like let's say Mr. Albrecht came and he took you to PE, then Mrs. Block would stand in the hallway and she would wait till he has rounded the corner. Then she would take her class and they would make their way to art. And they're only going to walk in one direction in the building so that our traffic is never crossing. But you do get to still have art and have music and have PE. And in those settings, you will be spaced apart just like this, and you will bring your own supplies to art. So you'll bring your own supply box with your materials in it so that we aren't sharing a lot of materials.
Will we be doing roller skating?
Ooh, good question. We don't usually do roller skating until February, so we're going to wait on that, and we'll have to wait and see. That's a good question. Yes?
Will we be doing marshmallows?
That is a fantastic question, and it makes my heart very sad to announce that we will not be able to do Watchdogs this year because volunteers are not going to be coming into our building this year. So no, those Watchdogs are not this year, but we want them back, so that'll be something to look forward to next year. Thank you for asking that. All right, guys, we're going to go check out our lunchroom because there are some changes there, and then also the playground and talk about recess. Okay? What do you think this space is now?
Gym?
Yes. But something to know is that you're going to be outside for PE unless it's raining. So every single day PE is going to be outside. The only time you would be in here is if it's a rainy day. And what was the largest team that we have? 10. So at the most there will be 10 students in here only on rainy days. And it's really worth it when you come and see what this does for you. And your parents are going to have to pick on a computer what you want for lunch, and then you'll just walk up, you'll grab your choice, and then you'll go find your assigned lunch seats. So let's kind of act this out a little bit. So I want you to come up as if you're getting your lunch. It'll be right through this window. So you would come up, somebody would be here with the lunches, you would pick your lunch, and then you would go, and let's call you number 5. So you're going to sit right there at number 5. And you guys can keep on coming up. Keep on coming up. Just stop at the blue line. When we come in here for lunch, we're all sitting 6 feet apart. See these stickers and how they are 6 feet apart? And we can eat our lunch. And then when we're all done, what do you think we do? Masks back on. Do you think you're going to be throwing away your own garbage? No. Because what would happen if everyone got up to throw out their garbage?
Everybody would get super close together.
Yeah, it would be a big crowd, right? So we have all these garbage cans on wheels, and our lunch team is going to come around to the tables and collect your garbage. You'll just stay in your assigned spot. You will be given a number. That will be your lunch number every single day. You'll go to your number, you'll eat. When you're done, we will come to you for you to throw your garbage away. Masks will go back on, and then we will line up in the back and we'll go out the door to go right out to recess. So we won't be going through the halls to get back out to recess either. Make sense? Okay. We're going to show you how students will exit at lunch to go out to recess. We did flip the schedule and we changed it to have lunch first. So that way students can wash their hands in the classroom with soap, come down, eat, and then on their way out of the lunchroom, they have access to hand sanitizer. They'll go outside to play. And then when they come in from recess and go right back to their classrooms, one directional traffic patterns in the hallway, they will wash their hands with soap once more when they come in from recess. You guys ready to go outside?
Yes.
All right, grab some hand sanitizer. So So we wanted to show you what outdoor recess, because I get a lot of questions about outdoor recess. The students are still going to have access to playing outside. We are expecting them to wear their mask at all times because we know that at this age, it's hard for children to know whether they are 3 feet apart, 4 feet apart, 6 feet apart. And so we decided to just have masks on at recess. We are creating mask break areas. And I'm looking at my shaded areas under trees where we will have a physical space for them so they know this is where you come if you want to take a break from your mask and be safe and be distanced from others. So that will be an option as well. Let's talk a little bit about dismissal. Dismissal won't look probably from the outside very different, but on the inside of our building, we aren't going to release all students at the same time. So if your student is someone who walks home, they will be released first. And they are expected to leave their classroom, go straight to their nearest exit, and walk home. And if they are someone being picked up by you out here in a car, they will be dismissed next. And again, they are expected to go to their nearest exit door and come straight to you to go home. In the past, students would sometimes hang out in the halls, wait for their friends, their siblings, and talk. We're encouraging students to masks on, go to your nearest exit, and exit the building. If your student rides a bus, we are going to call one bus at a time when it arrives, and then we'll call to the classrooms and say, for instance, bus 5 is here. Students who ride bus 5 may be released, and the teachers will allow the students from bus 5 then to walk in one direction through the halls to get to a specific door where they go to board their bus. And when that bus is boarded, the next bus will be called. So we're really trying to minimize and think about how we cannot have all students in the hallways at all times when we have our dismissal. Parents, as you know, if you've been here, there is not a ton of parking out front, so it's not tenable for me to say all parents have to sit in their vehicles and wait for their students, because there's just not enough space for you all to sit in your vehicles and wait for your students. So if you're going to get out and you're going to park around, please make sure that you are wearing a mask and that you are social distancing for everybody's safety, and to keep everybody healthy. So we're gonna, if you're with your own family members, that's fine to be close together, but if you're coming up and you're standing next to another JB Nelson parent, just be mindful of giving that 6 feet of space and having your mask on while you wait for your student. Thank you guys.